Hi, I'm Monica Fernandez with Evolution Essentials. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to write your way out of stress and anxiety with bonus prompts going into 2021. So, this has been an incredible year, and I want to help you and give you tools on how to get out of your stress and anxiety. Stick with me because I have a free gift for you to help you reduce stress. So stick with me until the end. And to set the mood to write, I'm going to suggest that you diffuse some essential oils. If you've been to my channel before, you know I'm big into essential oils. So what I'm going to be diffusing today is a combination of frankincense and lavender. So these two together are, frankincense is great to connect with your inspiration, and lavender is very calming and soothing. So it is very great for stressful feelings and anxious feelings. That combination is a good one to have when you are starting this project. Now, I don't want you to freak out, and I don't want you to think that writing is going to be a source of stress. On the contrary, it's going to be a source of relief. So I have a lot of different tips on writing your way out of stress and anxiety. And I'm going to give you a ton of tasks and ideas, and I want you to write them down. You can always come back to the video and write these down. And I'm also going to give you prompts. So I want you to promise me that you're going to devote at least 15 minutes to these prompts. And these prompts are really to get you started into thinking outside of the box and outside of your stress and anxiety. So I hope this helps. So let's get started. So one of the good things about writing is that there's so many forms of writing. And one of the more simple ways of writing is journaling. And journaling is basically taking pen and paper or computer and your fingers, if you prefer, and just let your consciousness dictate the words out, and no prejudgment, and you just type away, you just write away, and there is no pre-editing. You just do it, and it doesn't matter what comes out. It could be gibberish, and that's okay. So when should you be doing this? There's really no rules to this, you guys. Some people prefer the morning, some people prefer the afternoon, some people prefer nighttime. Many people out there that do morning pages, which means as soon as they get up in the morning, they grab that pen and paper and they just write. They write. So it could be that they're writing about their dreams, they write whatever. And sometimes, the first few pages, it's gibberish, but then comes something golden, and it's precious. It can be really transformative. What do you need? You really need a journal. I'm going to just give you examples on what types of things that I use for journaling. On the go, I carry a little booklet, and you can find these at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, places like that. Otherwise, I'll leave some links in the description from some cute notebooks that you can grab. This is a little one on the go. Then, like, my big journal is a huge journal. It's one that actually says journal, and it's huge, and so I use that. And then I have this one I'm going to show you, and this is the one that I write more frequently because this is the one that I use for my writing group. And it's just a basic notebook, just regular size. And I've been part of a writing group for over 16 years. I've been facilitating it, and we meet weekly. And so I've had a lot of experience with writing groups and writing. And so I have a lot of these notebooks filled, and I love it. It's awesome. So it doesn't really matter what kind of notebook you pick, as long as whatever you like. And you may not like writing, you may not like your handwriting, and that's okay. Who cares? You want to write open your iPhone and go on a notes on the notes and write a note, start writing there. If that is preferable to you, go ahead, do it. If you want to do it on the computer as well, you can do it. It's not a problem. Journaling, stream of consciousness, just start. And so you don't need a prompt, you just go. So just do it for 15 minutes, half an hour, however long you want it to. And the whole idea is that you're occupying your mind and you're actually, your hand, you're actually writing. So you're releasing those thoughts into paper. And that's always stress reducing. That's always a reduction of anxiety for you. And journaling doesn't mean that you have to reread it again. Doesn't mean that you have to keep it. You can toss it. It's okay. You have my permission to do so. It's not a problem at all. There's no journaling police that's gonna come after you and be like, oh, what did you write on your journal? No, it's not gonna happen. So if you want to never read it again, if you want to shred it or burn it, go for it. Doesn't matter. The whole point is to get you into a habit where you're doing something that's stress relieving, and writing is definitely an incredible form of therapy for me and for many people. So the second tip that I have for you is to write a story. So to make things simple for you, I'm going to give you a story of flash fiction. I'll give you a couple of prompts. Flash fiction basically is a story that is between 500 and 1500 words, so a short story. It's fiction, so just go creative, use your creative juices, and you can go back to it if you want. You can edit it as many times as you want. You don't have to do anything with it. The whole point is to just devote that time, and I'm going to give you 2 prompts. Ready? Take these down. The first prompt is, there was a light, ... So that means you start, there was a light. You don't have to start with that, actually. You can put it in the middle of the story if you want, as long as you use the prompt. And then the second prompt is, the water was crystal clear. So just insert it in there and just let your imagination go by, okay? Just let your imagination flow. Let the words flow. Don't second guess yourself. Let your muse, I call my muse sort of like my writing guides, and just let your muse just flow through you, your writing inspiration go through you, okay? The third thing that I have for you in terms of writing your way out of stress and anxiety is actually writing about the stress and how it feels. And this is really facing your stress. This can be a tough one, and it may not feel good. And that's okay that it doesn't feel good, because you're actually going from the paper, from the thought process, you're actually recalling the stress and putting it on paper. And I want you to do this same thing with your biggest fears and anxieties. And the reason that I want you to do this is because writing about something is liberating. I recently wrote about my pet dying, and it was one of the most difficult things I've done. I've written about death before, but this was the most recent piece about death. And it was very difficult, and it was pages and pages and pages. I wanted to be as detailed as possible because I wanted to recall the experience, and it was extremely difficult, but I wanted to get it all out, and I was crying through it. I was crying through the process, but it was so freeing and so liberating, and it really is a relief. You will see, I promise, that you will feel this weight off your shoulders because you are passing it through your hand, or your fingers if you're typing. You're just giving it freedom from yourself. And what do you do with it after? This is a good question. It's up to you. You can leave it if you want to reread it at a later date. You don't have to. You can burn it, you can flush it, you can shred it, you can even have a ceremony of letting it go. It's very, very liberating to do something like this. And you're actually using your words as freedom tools from that stress and anxiety. So try it. I know it's going to be a hard process, it's going to be challenging, but it really is worth it. Okay, so that's probably the most difficult thing that I'm going to ask you to do. And if you're really suffering with anxiety, watch this video right here on the top 8 essential oils for anxious feelings that I've done. The next tip that I have for you is write about what was the most difficult thing about the pandemic so far for you. And just devote at least 15 minutes to it. And it can be something continuing. You could be writing about this maybe once a month if you want to, if you feel like the pandemic is really affecting you. So it could be a way of relieving that stress and anxiety in terms of the pandemic. So I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want you to do me a favor. Subscribe right here in the red button. Don't forget to click the notification bell. That's that gray bell that's next to the subscribe button, so you can be notified when I upload a new video every week. If you're feeling like your confidence and self-esteem need a little boost, watch this video right here on the 5 easy writing prompts to boost your self-confidence and quiet the haters. The next tip that I have for you in terms of writing is about forgiveness. I want you to write about who do you need to forgive? Now, this could be a person, it could be an event that has impacted you, it could be yourself. A lot of times we hold ourselves accountable for something and we're really tough on ourselves. So you need to forgive yourself. And I want you to write a letter to yourself and forgive yourself. I'm saying yourself a lot, but that's the idea. The idea is to write a letter of forgiveness. So do that if you need to. If you're dealing with stress right now, I want you to watch this video right here on the 10 ways to manage stress naturally. So the next prompt that I have for you is for you to think about what needs aren't being met. So right now, if you have stress or anxiety, why is that? You need to ask yourself, why is that? So do some digging, and that can be in the writing form, and ask yourself, what of my needs are not being met? So it could be financial, it could be, social, it could be, there's so many different ones that could be. So just think about that and write about it. And next, I want you to write about what would make you feel rooted and supported. So sometimes when we're stressed and when we are experiencing anxiety, we feel a bit out of control and we really need to root and ground ourselves. So I want you to think about what that would feel like to feel that way, to feel rooted and supported. And I want you to write about it. All right, do it right now. Okay, so the next tip I have for you is one that I took the leap 16 years ago, which was to join a writing group. Now, in my case, there were no writing groups around me, and I started one, but I want you to join one. Right now, with the pandemic going on, there's a lot of things going on virtually. So join a virtual one, and that will get you to write on a regular basis. So do a little research and join a writing group. I have 2 bonus writing prompts for 2021, so you can get journaling and writing a little bit more apart from all of the things that I've asked you to write about. And those are, ready? Number 1, I look forward to ... fill in the blank. And please promise me that you're going to devote at least 15 minutes to it. And you can do this once or more than once, it's up to you. And the second one is, I am grateful for, fill in the blank. Now, write about it for about 15 minutes as well. I want you to comment below which prompt of these two did you pick, and out of everything that I've said, what inspired you the most? Let me know. I would love to know. I hope you got major value from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. See you next time.